Welcome to Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we believe in the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld of the Brown Blankfeld Group, selling homes in Southern Nevada since 1988. We are very proud to be part of the Real Estate Radio Network. Like them, we are dedicated to delivering timely, balanced truths about local market conditions. We not only share our experience and knowledge, but that of our expert contributors. With Shelley and I, we have Darren Welsh, who's a real estate attorney with 20 years experience. Darren, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
We got big doings in real estate business come August 1. There's this new acronym called CFPB. They weren't so much involved in real estate before, but now they're heavily involved.
In fact, they've taken over HUD. That's how large they are. They're a brand new federal agency, CFPB.
Right.
It stands for Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Dodd-Frank is a large federal act that we are only partially through. It's sort of like reading a long book, and we're only on like the 4th chapter of 10. So they wrote all these things, and only now is it affecting real estate. One of their big focuses is mortgage and how the mortgage works for the consumer.
It used to be the lenders had to provide a good faith estimate and then truth in lending. Now they've got 2 separate forms. We would call it the final HUD. Now it's a settlement sheet.
Right.
The buyer has to have possession of that a full 3 business days prior to close of escrow. That's a big deal.
So they have to sign it 3 days prior?
They have to be in receipt of it. Now what you have is the early loan estimate, ELE. And then there'll be the final loan estimate, which will be FLE. And then what used to be known as the HUD-1 is going into this new CD.
Closing disclosure.
So is this really going to protect buyers?
The idea is to make the consumer understand what they're borrowing. And so, for example, if there's a prepayment penalty, that'll all be on the CD now.
One of the things that I thought was interesting about it is they're asking you also to disclose things that you're paying for outside of the escrow closing statement. I can see usefulness for that also when it comes to doing your taxes. In August, when this all happens, we're not going to be ready, and deals are not going to close on time, at least initially, for the first several months that this is in place for us to get deals closed.
I agree. A 3-day hold period will affect a lot of sales. And that's one of the changes to the law, is that who's responsible for getting this information to the buyer. It used to be the lender was in charge, and they have transferred the duty to the escrow officer.
There are a bunch of people who have to feed the escrow company information.
We're talking about the 2 most difficult. The lender always needs a paper the last day, and that's going to have to be moved up. It can't be the day of signing. And then homeowners associations have to say how much the people owe, and they are notorious for waiting to the last minute.
Yeah, the HOAs are going to be held to a standard that they haven't been held to.
Who takes the blame for everything? Who does everybody yell at when everything doesn't happen?
Yep.
Oh, your real estate agent.
Yep. Lenders who didn't produce loan docs till 12 hours before closing, it was hard to catch them because we didn't see it. Now they can't do that. The HOA, for instance, I'm afraid that they're not going to be in sync right away either.
There'll be a new discipline that has to come into play, especially if your client is delinquent on their monthly dues. Realtors are truly going to have to, and the escrow officers,
Right.
in cooperating with those groups to get that information.
Hopefully the players we're working with know how to play the game.
Reviewing the documents now, and we're only in March.
Yeah.
This is the right way to go. And anyone who's not doing that is going to be caught off guard this summer. Another fun part about the rule is that the old HUD-1 will still be used on non-federally funded loans.
How about cash deals?
Exactly. Cash deal would be HUD-1.
Okay. I'm only going to work with cash buyers.
Yeah. Another interesting part of the rule is many times when you first close escrow, within a month, you'll see the loan has been transferred to someone else.
Right.
And on the CD, the lender has to disclose if they intend upon doing that right away.
Buyers don't like that. It freaks them out in the beginning. They have this idea that the terms are going to change because their loan is being sold.
If you're thinking about buying or selling, and you're going to be doing that in the coming months, prepare your realtor for this. If they don't know, there's people out there who are not going to be prepared for this. And it's a big deal. We have to help them too sometimes in order to serve our client, to get things done, because it's the nature of our business. Let me get into my headlines versus reality. What I decided to do this week was just talk about the Darren Welsh blog. Just a few weeks ago you posted this about these new rules, and this is a headline that you need to pay attention to. These changes are coming. Hey, Shelley, you got any fun facts for us today?
I do. Tomorrow's Easter. The first chocolate egg in the UK was produced in 1873. Jelly beans were made in Boston, and the first advertising was "Send jelly beans to the troops fighting the Civil War." Tallest chocolate Easter egg made in Italy in 2011, 34 feet, 15,000 pounds, taller than a giraffe, heavier than an elephant. We buy more than 700 million Marshmallow Peeps. They're the number one non-chocolate candy that people buy. And we eat 16 million jelly beans on Easter. We could circle the earth 3 times. Your Easter Bunny, the chocolate ears, 76% of the people eat the ears first.
We had a great discussion today about these changes coming up.
Get your house on the market now. Let's close by July 31st.
I love that idea. Darren, thanks again so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I hope you'll have me back again.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Please tune in every week and help us heal the Southern Nevada market one home at a time.